Did you know that just over 150 years ago there was a race riot in Asheville, North Carolina? In 1868, the first election following the Civil War took place, and racial tensions grew as an African-American man, James Smith, went to go cast his vote. The right for African-American men to vote was a newly ratified, assumed legal right per the Reconstruction Act of 1867 and the 14th Amendment. Later that day, a riot ensued, leaving 20 men injured and James Smith dead.
These events took place on the first election day since the end of the Civil War, after North Carolina had ratified the 13th Amendment and rejoined the Union. However, many white citizens coerced black voters into staying away from the polls. Democratic candidate Horatio Seymour ran against Republican candidate Ulysses S. Grant. While the KKK was most likely behind the riot that occurred on Election Day, they don't seem to have affected the results. That being said, Grant winning the election was taken as a call to action and resulted in an increase of Klan violence.
James Smith was a black man who had been denied the right to vote by the election clerk and was soon after shot by Milton Ledford, a white man who had overheard Smith's conversation with the clerk. Milton Ledford was found not guilty by a judge without the case ever going to the jury.
This further divided the South as it showed that not everyone is equal underneath the law, even if it's stated. Those who believe that free black men should not vote were on one side, and those believing the opposite were on another. This would sadly not be the only instance of violence for black men trying to vote, and it shows that even though in the law it's written that there's equality, in practice there isn't.